perfect thing you need to hear, because maybe this is something you tell yourself a lot. So I was having a conversation with an actress the other day, and she said she often finds herself when she's driving in her car asking herself, what am I doing with my life? Does that sound familiar? And I thought at one level, listen, that can be a really good question to ask if you're doing it as sort of self-inventory, to try to figure out maybe where you are holding back, things that you need to explore more, maybe things that you're not taking action in your life in a way that is forcing you to be more accountable and responsible. So that could be, you know, that can make you show up in your life in a different way. But she, like most of us, when we asked that question, wasn't asking it that way. And I thought, oh gosh, first of all, she's asking it from a panic button response because she's trying to gauge her life where she is right now based on where she thinks she should be, and she's beating herself up for not being there. And I also thought, you know what, you're actually also denigrating your life and what it means to be an artist. For all of us. You can't, I think maybe we should try to stop asking that question when it kind of poisons the spirit of who we are as artists. Listen, you guys, being an artist does not measure up with always working. It doesn't mean that your life as an artist is validated only by booking jobs. The means do not support an end. The means support the means. And in doing it, in living a life of pursuing your art, you discover, oh my gosh, my life is my art and my art is my life. And so if you start to think of it that way, then you stop. Denigrating is the best word I can think of. You stop beating yourself up and denigrating yourself for where you are based on the idea, society's model telling you that if success hasn't bestowed itself upon you in the way society says, that you're not successful or you're not living a life of meaning. I was talking to a friend this weekend, and he said, why do you think artists, people think artists are crazy? And I thought, well, we all know why. If another person thinks living your life of emotion and feeling and at risk and being vulnerable and facing rejection and following your heart is crazy, then they're disconnected from the human experience, because that's what we're all after. And as artists, what I find really interesting is we have this powerful quality that we are really oblivious of. An inspirational quality and an aspirational quality, which is the inspiration is the stuff that's happening inside, all those qualities that we talked about, I just said, about being of the heart and being vulnerable and being exposed and being expressed, that you share outwardly. But also, it's aspirational because people who don't give themselves the permission to live in that way, actually what happens? 10 years down the line when they have the quote-unquote secure job, they realize, oh my gosh, I'm not inspired by my life. So they aspire to have a little bit more of that crazy, which is really just human connection, human expression in their own lives. This idea about security, I think, is really something that we have to bash that myth. You guys, did you hear what happened in Russia? The meteor shower just happened in Russia. There is no security on this planet. We are on this rock spinning around in space. We could all be gone tomorrow, hit by a meteor shower. This idea that if you get the right job, or you have a title, or you make lots of money, or live in a huge house, or can boss people around, or whatever these things are, you have security. Well, here's the interesting thing about security. First of all, it's an illusion. And the second thing is, even if you have monetary security, no human being on this planet, whether you're an artist or you choose not to live an artistic life, no human being is immune to the insecurity that is life, which is all people have to face heartache, love, rejection, termination, death, conflict. Doesn't get any, there's no ending after death, so I should have ended with that one. But what else did I write down? Despair, loneliness, getting old, loss. So the question really comes down to, do you want to experience your life, or do you want to sit on the sidelines aspiring to have that which artists really have? The poet David Whyte says, anything or anyone that does not bring you fully alive is too small for you. Anything or anyone that does not bring you fully alive is too small for you. So, I'm going to end with this. The next time you are driving around and you hear yourself saying, what am I doing with my life? You are going to shout out to the world, I am living it. Because that's what you are doing. So what are you doing with your life?
Living it!
Yes, that's what you're doing. All right, that's all I have to say for tonight.